Do you want to learn how to architect, design, build, and test web application, mobile application, or a desktop application? This is Harrison, a DevOps software engineer with Atop Web Technologies. This is a general advice to those of you who wants to become a software development engineer, a front-end engineer, back-end engineer, or a system administrator. So this is a general advice, and this is intended to those who wants to learn and for the brave mind. If you're just starting out and you don't know much about how the web works, I encourage you to visit MDN, powered by Mozilla Firefox. I'm going to leave a link below. So for those of us that have little knowledge about how programming, I want to give you a general advice, and this advice will help you. As for me, I learned programming the hard way. I learned how to program, how to architect, design, and code the hard way. So I want to teach you how you can go about on how to become a software development engineer, or maybe a web developer. Depends on what you want to do. So here's my advice to learn how to program. The first thing I will encourage you is that watch an introduction video. So if you're starting up about Python, search for or watch Introduction to Python. In this YouTube channel, we have Fundamental of Python. I'm the one who created that course. You can watch it if you want to learn Python. If you want to learn PHP, search for Introduction to PHP. If you want to learn Go, search for Introduction to Go programming language. So depending on the if you want to learn JavaScript, search for Introduction to JavaScript. So whilst you're watching that video, make sure you have a book and a pen. Make sure you take a note, jot down the basic syntax. This is very important. First, watch an introduction video, jot down some few tips from the video. So when that is done, so your next step will be for you to go to the particular programming language website which you want to learn. So for example, if you intend to learn Python, go to Python programming language website. Go to the website. If it is Go, go to Golang programming website. When you arrive at the website, make sure you read the quick tour or the introduction of the language in the programming website. Make sure you read it. It is a must. So I understand that when you watch the video, you might just have like maybe 5% of what is actually happening in the programming language. So by the time you start to read about the introduction or the quick tour on the programming language website, then you find things begin to connect. So then you'll be wondering and saying, oh, okay, this is what this particular instructor was teaching in the fundamental or in the introduction of the programming language. Make sure, this is a must, make sure you read the introduction or a quick tour of the programming language on the website. Make sure you do it. So if you're finding it hard time to understand, just glance through it. Just glance through it. So this will also help you for those of you that wants to participate in a boot camp to learn how to program. Make sure before you attend the boot camp, make sure you watch Introduction of whatever that you want to learn. Make sure you watch it and go to the programming website, read the introduction. So when that is done, the third step is for you to search for a good programming book. Search for introduction of that particular language that you want to learn, programming book. It is a must. And in learning programming, there are two types of books. We have the tutorial type of book and the reference type of book. So the tutorial type of book pick up a concept, for example, a to-do list application. So by the time they start teaching you the basic syntax, at the end of it, you will implement it. At the end of each chapter, you implement part of the project until putting it all together. So when you're done, when you're finished reading whatever book that you find, maybe Introduction to Python, you might still find it difficult to implement what you intended to do. It's like that. It's always challenging, especially when you're starting up. So your next step would be for you to search for project. Search for project in order for you to build. And as a beginner, I firmly encourage you to build at least 10 projects, 10 different types of project. Why? It's because each project way of solving the problem is different. So when you put all the concept together, I'm very sure that you're ready to be a front-end or even a back-end engineer. So this is a general advice. So it is not like a concrete way of learning programming, but this is just a general advice, which I'm sure will help you in the long run. If you find this video helpful, please consider to smash the like button and subscribe so that we can be able to produce more content relating to programming language. Thank you.